You've been all over the place.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a wild ride since I saw you last.
You came to me like a year ago with
Probably
an idea.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it wasn't even an idea. You came to me to start coaching.
Yeah, no, that's right. Actually, yeah, it was. It was through Instagram probably.
Yeah,
Instagram.
and then a year later, you were like, "Hey, I don't know if you can help me with this, but I got this idea." And it started off, and then you gave me like a month to like help you like put this thing together. And I was like, "Well, fucking hey, let's go." And it turned out to work out pretty good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was. I guess it was about 5 weeks ago. I came to you. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if this is in your realm, but I could use some help with this." And you were like, "Fuck it, let's do it. Let's try it." Right? You're like, "Not really in my realm, but I'm sure we can do something." And yeah,
well, I just wanted to work with you. Yeah. You know, I was like, all right, I'm down for whatever challenge there is. So kind of let's take us back a little bit because there's a whole backstory to this. And for the audience, I know the story. I love the story. But kind of fill me in on what exactly, how this was kind of inspired.
Okay. So last summer, my youngest son, Valentino, ended up in the ICU at the Phoenix Children's Hospital for about a week. And you know, obviously in the ICU at Phoenix Children's Hospital wasn't a great situation. It was pretty hit and miss. And while we were there, a goalie that used to play in the NHL, Eddie Lack, reached out to me. My youngest son is a goalie. He just made this travel team like the week before, right? And so Eddie texted me, and we had some mutual friends. I'd never met him. I knew who he was. He sends me a text, said, "Hey, man," it was a video addressed to my kid. And the video was like, "Hey, Valentino, goalie to goalie, you're going to get through this. When you get out of here, we'll hang out. You know, we're buddies now, right? Like goalies stick together, right? Because it is kind of like a unique thing. I don't know about other sports, but like you're kind of a little bit weird if you're a goalie in hockey. Like you're getting rubber discs shot at you like 100 miles an hour, like, and you're kind of like the outlier, right? Like you're the one goalie and everyone else is playing, so they are kind of like their own little clique. And so you know, and then he texts me right after. He's like, "Your kid probably doesn't know who I am because I'm retired, but like maybe he'll get a kick out of this." And so my kid sees it and he's like, "Oh, that's so cool," right? Like in a dark moment, this guy steps out to, you know, it's a small thing, but it's not, right? Like it's a huge message of kindness, right? Like, hey, he took time out of his day for somebody he didn't know to hopefully shine some light in this kid's life. And then, so we started texting. We're in the hospital, and I'm like, "Hey, his favorite team's the Devils," and he'd played for them at some time. So next thing you know, I get another text. It's like a video from Jesper Bratt, who's the Devils' like best player, top 25 player in the world. "Hey, Tino, I'm here at training camp. Hope you get through this. We're rooting for you, me and all the boys and stuff." So then I show my kid that. And again, it's just like, just elevated his spirits and honestly mine too, right? Like in a dark time where I'm like, man, this is amazing. It just kind of the hockey community rallies together because it's a different sport in the sense that it's the only sport that you can't just like go out and play. Right. Like you need ice, you need skates, you need sticks, you need a puck. Like it's a whole thing, right? So it's a big commitment. So the community is really close. So my kid gets better. We start playing hockey. Eddie comes out to one of our practices, and the kids love it. He's just like a big, goofy Swedish guy, like big-hearted guy. He's taller than you, big guy. And just out having fun. And turns out from that night, we had a mutual friend that unrelated hockey. Like didn't know we all knew each other again, kind of. So we started this group text with this guy. His name's Matt. And we're like, "Hey, Matt, why don't you come out, put goalie pads on, like we'll shoot on you. We'll pay you money. Like we just want to see this," kind of like a shit-talking thing. And Matt's not responding, right? He's just like, and so me and Eddie are kind of keep going. And I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it, Eddie. I'll put the pads on." Like, I've never played goalie. I'm like, "I'll put the pads on and I'll stop you." And he's like, basically, "Put your money where your mouth is, big boy." Like, you know, like, okay, bet. So even though Eddie was a goalie, he's still a 6'6" athletic hockey player. Like,
right.
That played out a lot, right? He's practicing in the NHL as a player too. So like, he's okay.
Yeah.
And so, but my ego is instantly like, "Yeah, I'll stop you, man. Like, no problem." So he's like, we started paying this bet. He's like, "I can go 5 for 5. Like, you won't stop 1 out of 5. And in my head, I'm like, dude, the best guys in the world don't hit a target 5 for 5. Like, he's going to miss. So I'm safe, right? And he's like, yeah, right? Like, so he's like, and then he's like, $500. And I'm like, cool, man, done, $500. And then I go, neither of us really need the $500. Let's donate, like the loser donate to charity. And he's like, I love that idea. I'm going to Vancouver tomorrow. Canucks for kids. I'll just come and pick up the check now because you're going to lose. I'll bring it and deposit it right now while I'm up in Vancouver, right? Again, talking smack. So that kind of, from that came up with this idea of, okay, let's do this little event and maybe my kids team can come watch and they can kind of throw money on it. Coach beats Eddie and we donate some money to charity. that was last fall, and we kind of shelved it. Just life happens, right? Like, we're both busy guys, businesses. He's got a big real estate company in Scottsdale. And then loop into the spring. Like, I don't know if your brain's like mine, and I'm sure it is actually, but like, there's ideas you have and they just kind of like sit there and gnaw. And if you don't like move forward with them, they're always kind of like there. Yeah. Yes. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Where it's like, so I text him like, dude, there's never going to be a good time. I literally have to get this off my plate. Like, we just have to do it. Like, I'm sorry. And he's like, dude, fine. I have 2 kids under 5. I have another one due in August. I got a huge real estate company. I'll give you an hour and maybe 1 podcast, and that's it, right? He's like, let's just do it, right? I'm like, deal. 2 days later, he calls me. He's like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? I said, what do you mean? He's like, why am I hearing about this? Why am I hearing about this from these other sources? And so,
but you got a big mouth.
Yeah. And he's like, I fucking told you, man. He's like, keep it small. And I'm like, Eddie, like, you know me. Like, I don't know what you expected. Like, you knew I'm going to like, and then he goes, you know, and hopefully he doesn't hear this part. He's like, fuck my wife, fuck my kids. I'm in. Like, you know, like, hey, like, fuck it. I'm in, right? Like, let's just do it to wherever you want to take it. But he's like, it's all you. I'll just show up. I'm your support guy. Like, but you take it wherever you want to go. Right. So then he calls me the next week and he's like, and then I reached out to you like right after that. And then he gets me on this podcast called Empty Netters. He texts me. He's like, hey man, like, do you want to come on this podcast? And the second biggest hockey podcast, huge hockey podcast. And I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, just be ready. Be ready to come on, please. Cause like, I'm already a guest. And so we're sitting there, I'm in my office doing work and he texts me, he's like, you ready? And I'm like, fuck, like not ready at all. Right. So I'm trying to put my AirPods in, I'm live. And these guys are like, dude, who is this fucking clown? Because I'm like, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? And this is live. They're like, Eddie, what the fuck, man? Like, so they just start roasting me. And I'm like, guys, can you hear me? For like minutes, right? And then finally I get on and we just had a blast, man. Like just shit talking. They're talking. We invited them because it was for charity, right? And we invited them. They're like, good on you, Ryan. How the fuck do we say no when you invite us to a charity event? Like live. Like, of course we're going to come, asshole. Like, what do we say no to our fans? Like, so that after that, then it just, dude, with your momentum and everyone's momentum, it spitballed to like, I had players reaching out to me. Hey, we want to be a part of this. It's a cool thing. They don't get to have a lot of fun. Like, you know, hockey's like very serious, right? And it's a very team sport. There's not a lot of identity in the NHL, right? Like, it's like football in that sense. Like, you have the odd personality, but it's really just a bunch of guys that like put their lunch back on and like go to work, right? Like, it's kind of that, like, nobody's bigger than the team. So they're like, this is a fun way for us to get involved, have some fun with the fans, interact. Then we had some content creators that decided to come. And yeah, dude, within 4 weeks, it just gained this like crazy momentum of where we had to shut ticket sales off, right? We had cities literally asking us, can you put this on this event on in our city? So it's almost like now become this like thing. And we're taking it to Salt Lake City in August. And we've got a bunch of other cities that we're going to do it in. We haven't announced the cities yet. Went from like a 500 seat arena to we're going to a 2,500 seat arena that will sell out for sure. Like there was without a doubt that arena will sell out. And it's almost turned into this like Savannah Bananas hockey thing for charity.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like it's an interactive experience, right? Like it's like, we play hockey, but like, you know, Dan Herring. So Dan gets involved. He comes out and him and Skinny Vinny, who like, he has a jackass tie. So they're like, how can we be involved? And I'm like, well, neither of you played hockey. Why don't we put you in goalie gear and we'll let these D1 hockey players take slap shots on you, right? And they're like, okay, fine. Sure, right? Like, I'm like, it just don't move. Like, let it hit you. If you try and do something, it might hit a spot. Not going to feel good. So I'll never forget this. Like, when I told Dan and Vinny, well, I didn't tell them, they heard. It was 7 of them at once. So, like, they line up and they just start blasting pucks and they're like, what the fuck do you mean at once? Like, I thought it was one at a time. I was like, I forgot to tell you that, right? Yeah. But
haven't they ever sseen like a practice before? Like,
no, dude. It was like literally they
these
get out.
These goalies are taking shots.
Dude, we're helping them like get out. Like they're like waddling on the ice. They can't skate in these pads. And they're just like, dude. And Vinny's got a hilarious video because he's like, what the fuck am I doing? Like what? Like he's done. If you go to his Instagram, the first videos of him being lit on fire with Steve-O, he was terrified of this. He's like 100-mile-an-hour little rock hard biscuits being fired at you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. And they're just like, and he was mic'd up. He's like, oh fuck, oh shit, fuck, ow. Like it was hilarious. So through that, we're like, man, there's Like the crowd interaction was insane. I had at least 75, this is no, like at least 75 messages from people I know that were there that were like either, that was the best night of my kid's life, like best night of his life, or that was in turn one of our best night of our lives because our kids had so much fun. Oh, like wow. It was like a whole family experience. Everyone stayed around, all the athletes stayed around, shook everybody's hand, signed every autograph. Like, I mean, it was amazing, man. Like I'm getting kind of the chills thinking about it because it was like, we created this thing from like a good place. Like, hey, we want to raise money for charity and then also give back to the local community, the hockey community. And like everyone showed up. Like people were like volunteering to help. Like that didn't get anything from it other than just doing a good deed. Right? And a lot of that's through recovery, man. Like
I was just about to say, what you were mentioning earlier was that little thing in your head. And I call it obsession.
Yeah.
And I spoke on this at Fosto's event that we become obsessed, and I would take an addict over anybody.
100% every day of the week, man.
And I watched you become obsessed with this idea, and at first you were like, "Well, I don't know," like but then all of a sudden I watched it. Like I was like from the outside looking in. I was watching like, every time we talked, and then all of a sudden it was like one post turned into like 3 a day. And then all of a sudden, like all you were talking about was this whole thing. And it's like, you manifested this into reality, but to do it in that amount of time, only an addict can pull something like that off.
Dude, 100%. And it's funny because this isn't it wasn't intentional, but if you look at the crowd of people that really showed up, it's like, there was a whole other side to this too. So then like, of course, cause like I can never pile enough on my fucking plate, right? Like I've got a business, got my kids, got my life. I'm like, I'm going to put on this event, which is just extra, right? Like this wasn't planned. Like it came, like you said, within 4 weeks, it's like, I'm just gonna keep building this. Then I'm like, what'd be cool? Do a recovery event the night before. Like I don't have enough to fucking plan. Like great idea, right? So then like Natalie, Shane, and Chad come out. Theron Fleury came out. So Theron Fleury is like the poster child for substance abuse in the NHL. So he's a Olympic gold medal winner, Stanley Cup winner, like every level he's won in hockey. And so he was famously recruited to play junior hockey and sexually abused by his coach like over 150 times.
Oh, wow.
And then went to play in the NHL, 5'6", they call him the little ball of hate, 5'6", and he was an angry, mean little guy out there. And super talented though too, like one of the best to ever play the game. This is back in the day in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s when like the guys would go missing and like, you don't know how the fuck to find them. Like they'd show up in like New York and like Theo's gone for a week. Like, there's no cell phones. Like you're like checking the dope dealer's house. Like, where is he? Right.
Right.
But so yeah, I threw on that event, but it became this thing. Like most of the people, not everyone, but for the most part, the people that showed up, you, Dan, Vinny, Natalie, Chad, Shane, like everyone's kind of had, whether they're in recovery or not, they've kind of been at a low point with substances, right? Like, yeah. And those are the people that showed up, man. Like it wasn't like I was like asking them like, hey, come do this, but they just did.
Right.
And I didn't ask for anything.
The community is incredible. The recovery community is something that I always talk about it as it's a because of, not in spite of situation, right? And that is a really powerful differentiator when it comes to community, right? Like when you're an alcoholic, let's just say your family says, "Oh yeah, we totally love Ryan. He drinks a lot, but we love him anyways," right? Yep. But you like you ask me, I'm like, well, yeah, he was a degenerate just like me. We're both fucked up. I love him because of that.
Yes.
And so when you have a community that loves you because of and not in spite of, there's a different type of frequency there, right?
Wow. Never thought of that. Yeah.
And it's true, right? Like go to any recovery event, go to AA, go to anything at all, and like we're all the same.
Yes.
And it's very hard to shake us, right? Like I've told you some stories, and you're like, you just laugh. You're like, fuck yeah. And then you tell me a story. Yeah. You told me a story the other day, and I was like, awesome. Like that sounds awesome. Like I wish I could have had that one.
Right.
And so like we live through our experiences, and we live through the times that we maybe dark times, but now we have a situation where we can laugh about it. Dude. Because we came on the other side. Where there's no other community in the world that has a because of instead of an in spite of situation. It doesn't exist.
Wow, no.
And so when you have the recovery community, and I tell people all the time, anytime that I'm going through something, I just bury back into the recovery community. I don't know why I ever step away, but life, life starts lifing and things happen. But as soon as I step back in, the rest of my life just gets better because I have the people. And I have the people that love me because of, not in spite of.
Dude, it's wild you say that because, yeah, I mean, and I do the same thing. Like, life gets busy and it's like you're like this, and then life happens and you're kind of like this a little bit, and you're like, you just gravitate instantly. For me, it's like back to recovery, right?
Right.
Like, back to the people. And I remember, the first time I came into recovery, I'll never forget this, because like I go into a room and a dude hugs me and I was like, whoa, what is that? Like, why are you hugging me, dude? And he's like, I love you. And I was like, okay, like that's even weirder. Like, yeah. Because I never had that, like, because of, you know what I mean? Like that, and I learned through it. Like, at first I was like, this is kind of like a cult, man. Like, why? Like, there's no way like these people actually care about me. And then you keep fucking up and they keep showing up for you. Right. And you're like, wow, these people like actually genuinely love me for me because of me, not inspire. Like you said, like there's no other reason other than like they get me, I'm one of them, and they want to see me succeed.
Correct.
And they just show me love.
Yep.
And it's like, there is no other community like that. Well,
no, and here's the other thing. Abundance, for real, truly recovered people who are thriving in sobriety and truly fulfilled. Abundance is it's mandatory. Like, it's just how we are. Mm-hmm. You send me an idea and it could be completely off the wall, and your parents and other people be like, whoa, bro, slow down. And you throw like a crackhead like me, right? Right? And you're like, this is the most, I have this idea. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Like, you have people that, because like we didn't think getting sober was possible. We didn't think that living the life that we now have was possible. So now all of a sudden anything's possible. Even if it's fucking impossible, right? We believe it's possible. And it's funny because you take somebody who can obsessively manifest, which, by the way, you have to be very careful with manifestation. I've learned this the hard way a number of times, trust me. But you have people who can obsessively manifest, and you have people who can obsessively commit to something. And you understand that about yourself. I understand that about you. So when you have two people that will obsessively manifest about something, I mean, there's something biblical about it. But at the end of the day, I just think it's a high frequency that nobody else has.
Agreed.
Which is, once again, why I would take an addict over anybody.
Yeah, dude. And you get to the like, and see, if I'm with someone like you, and I don't even know if I like, but it is true. Someone like you, someone like me, an addict, right? It almost gets to this level where it's like, it can't fail. Like, in my mind, in talking to a like-minded, like, I've got this crazy idea and you give it back to me, I'm like, this already happened. Like, there's no fucking way this is gonna fail, right? Like, and everyone else is like, you're fucking lose. Like, dude, like, what about X? What about Y? What about Z? And I'm like, no, but it's gonna work. Like, and it's not like in a negligible way. It's like almost like an energy of like, this is going to happen. I already know it is. There's no reason it would fail because, again, like, I came from here.
Yeah.
Like, if I can come from here to where I am now, this is like.
Right. And here's the other thing too, is like, it's funny because you ask an addict, like, you ever done like just a little bit of a bag of Coke? Right? You ever just kind of like taste it and see what was going on? No, I blew the whole fucking thing right out my face. Like, of course. So you have people that will dance around and just dip their toe in recovery and dip their toe in like the things that could benefit their lives. But it's like, well, hold on a second. You would go all in. You ever just drank like one beer out of a 6-pack? Like, no.
What the fuck is the point of that?
Well, yeah, why would I ever do that? Well, take the same exact mindset and apply it into all the great things that you could do. And before you know it, you have true results of manifestation and commitment and obsession and all the things that I constantly talk about and all the things that allowed me to live the life that I got to live or get to live and wake up every single day and go, pinch myself, like, is this really me? Because like, not too long ago, I was like 500 whippets scattered around my bed with the whippet machine, the cracker stuck to my frostbit into the side of my body, and ready to blow my brains out. And now I get to wake up and live this life that I have, which is a beautiful life. And it's all because I just took the same obsession, the same commitment, and that same level of manifestation. And regardless, and even on a negative side, if you're manifesting your life to death, well, you're going to get there pretty quick, and it's inevitable. And what do they say? Jail's death, and institutions.
That's it, man.
That's what we get. That's what the doctor ordered. That's pretty much it. So, if you can manifest yourself to the lowest point, well, then you can certainly do the same exact thing and get to the highest point. But people need to realize that it takes work, and it takes actually acknowledging that and then surrounding yourself with the people who also believe the same thing.
Yes. And that last part, especially like for me, so too many times in early recovery, and this probably sounds bad, but like I wanted to stay with the people who couldn't see the past where they were.
Because it was comfortable?
Mm-hmm. So it'd be like, and because then I'm the man. Like I hate to say that, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like an ego thing, still being in my ego. Like I can talk the talk, I can walk the walk, I can lead the meetings, I can, I'm the rock star, but I never want to leave that kind of you know what I mean? And so for me, a big part of this time has been surrounding myself, almost even I deserve that.
Yeah.
Right? Not getting stuck in that, because dude, I am an addict. I'm always going to be a fucking drug addict. That's accepting that, which I know is kind of the beginning, but fully accepting that, yeah, not that I just have a problem and I'm going to have them. I am a drug addict, right? And that's okay. Taking the shame out of that for me was huge.
Yeah.
To be and that's, we talked about this before, but even there's between an alcoholic and an addict, right? Mm-hmm. Even the shame of saying I'm a drug addict versus I'm an alcoholic, two completely different reactions from the public, right? If you say you're an alcoholic, they're oh, he drinks too much. Yeah. If I say I'm a drug addict, they're okay, we don't know if we want you in our house, we're hiding our purse. Or they're hiding their purses, they're putting their jewelry away, and I'm it's not. I guess it is kind of that sometimes, but it's just taking away that shame and then realizing that for me, I deserve to be around successful people again. Because for me, for a long time, there was kind of this shame of dude, you had everything and you lost it.
Right.
So you're not like these people anymore. Right. You're kind of you're the outcast. Right. You're the guy that had everything and fucked it all up, and these guys still have it all. What I learned through recovery, though, is even if I don't have the same level of things that I had before yet, or the same level of things as them, I have way more. Personally, because I could have lived my life being a fucking idiot for the rest of my life with money, and been just done that. I could have just done that. Recovery forced me to it kicked my ass enough to force me to be no, there's way more important things in life.
Right. You want to know something that I always associate things that I have become that I laugh at. Okay. So when you were talking just about staying in the how did you put it? Basically the mediocre folks and you felt like a rock star.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I think about that situation, I associate that to grown men playing slow pitch underhand softball. And I think about a grown man hitting it out of the park, and they're oh, I hit a fucking home run. And you're yeah, bro, you hit a beach ball thrown underhand at you. What the fuck? Real cool, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm I want to be the guy in the majors. Now, I'm not good at baseball, but
I get it. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's you stay in slow pitch underhand all day long, and you're cheering for yourself and rooting yourself on. It's like wrestling a kid with polio. It's not it's not impressive.
But I won.
Yeah.
But I won.
I won.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not.
There's a reason I said that, but I'm not going to say it on camera. Oh, fuck. Not that I did. Not that somebody I know.
Oh.
That's pretty close to me.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Wrestled a kid with polio was the only match he won.
Fuck. Yeah, that's bad. That's all bad, man.
Well, they shouldn't have had him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Equal opportunity wrestling match.
Jesus. Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that now, though, right? It's it's an obsolete, isn't it an obsolete thing? It's been eradicated.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
There's a vaccine.
Is there actually? I don't know.
I don't know. It's saying wrestling with scurvy.
Okay, all right, okay. Not that bad then. Not what I was thinking. Right. I'm we're getting a little dark here, man.
I don't care. Yeah. It's my show.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
You can chop
I love this conversation, though.
You know what I was thinking, too? As you're telling these stories, and I remember, addicts, I feel when you actually have true recovery, for me, and one of my old sponsors used to say this, He's like, dude, you know when you have like real recovery? When you can actually sincerely make fun of the shit you did and like it doesn't bother you. Like, like you're not that person anymore. Like when you're like, this is my story. Could have been, but like when you can say like, yeah, I was behind the dumpster sucking dick for heroin, like, you can laugh about it. Like, you're well on your way to recovery. and it doesn't hold the, like, that's who I am anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and that degenerative, like, fucking sense of humor is healing too. Like, to be able to say, like, yeah, dude, I did some fucking weird shit. Yeah. I'm a tweaker. I do weird shit. You know, like,
See, I never got into that. Yeah. But I know I've heard that tweakers get really weird. You know, it's funny when like a normie or somebody who doesn't understand what we have, they'll be like, so is it okay if I ask you this? I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, you can ask me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Yeah. No, yeah, dude. And for me, I think too, again, this time in sobriety, one of the most freeing things for me, last fall, like I'd kept my sobriety kind of like, people who knew, but it wasn't something I put out in the public. And I think we've talked about this too, right? Like there's kind of a lack of that where people are like, yeah, like I was a fuck up, but look at me now.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and everyone loves the comeback story too. Right. Mm-hmm. So there's like a natural kind of American feel to that.
Yeah.
But like I went and saw a friend of mine who's on the Hockey Night in Canada desk, which is like being on like Monday Night Football. Right. Mm-hmm. And so we grew up together, grew apart, like moved different places, ended up reconnecting in Arizona, used together a bunch of fucking retards, right? He goes off, moves to Toronto, and then we both get sober, but we'd never really hung out sober, like since we were kids, right? So I fly up to Toronto for a speaking engagement, and he takes me to the Hockey Night Canada desk and all this stuff, and we're sitting there, I was like, man, I'm like, this is the first time we've ever hung out sober, right? And so I posted a picture of it saying that. And that was, again, like a level in recovery for me, like being like, it's okay that I'm a drug addict. You know what I mean? Like putting that out to the public. And dude, I'll say this, like, and someone in the program or work program, you can speak to this too. Like when I did that, I had people messaging me that I had no idea. Like I put it on social media, like, they're like, how did you get sober? I'm struggling. Strangers. And I got 5 people from one post to get into treatment that I never met before. And for me, that was like, holy shit, man. Like, I don't know if there's a better feeling.
No.
Like to actually, like as someone who's been where like, fuck, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody wants to help me. I don't know how to get the fuck out of this. Mm-hmm. And then someone's like, dude, I get you. And just follow me. There's another way to live.
Bro, again, my entire, like a whole pillar of all the content that I'm creating is encouraging people to tell their stories, because I know that the impact that my story had and the hundreds, if not thousands of conversations I've had that have, helped influence people to at least seek out treatment or seek out a better life and things like that. I don't care if they work with me or not, or whatever. The point is that like, when I got sober and I realized that, whoa, asking for help and like taking direction and stuff like that actually can give you the life of your dreams. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's not just all up to me here.
Wait, hold on a second. Like you can actually get help for this kind of stuff. You don't have to have a life of misery. You don't have to be fucking polluted all the time, and you don't have to like constantly want something and need something, minus nicotine. Sorry, that's just it is what it is. But it exists. A life that you don't need a substance to enhance. It exists. And it's really fucking awesome. And I wish more people could actually see this and understand what true confidence means, what true present moment means, what real serenity means. Because when you can actually walk through your life and live in that moment and really connect with people, which, by the way, people that are addicts don't understand that the opposite of addiction is connection. And I learned that early in recovery, and I fell in love with that saying because it was so true. And then all of a sudden, my addict brain somehow found a way to get addicted to connection. And that's not just being a codependent.
No.
That's like literally I wanted to meet people. I wanted to like experience people.
You want that feeling that like,
yes. I'm a lover boy.
Yeah, no, I get it. And then same thing, man. Yeah, dude, and it's like what you said about like people don't understand. I remember people thinking I'm crazy, but I remember being in it, and literally until I met recovery the first time, there wasn't even a thought that there was a different way to live.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Like it was literally like, and it not even in the fucked up, really like even in the day to day when maybe like I got sober for a day or whatever, or 12 hours, it wasn't like, it was just kind of like, this is my life. You know what I mean? There was no like, oh fuck, like people can actually go somewhere. Like it's like, I remember when they were like, you need to go to treatment. I was like, what is that kind of almost like what, right. What does that entail? I don't know anything about that. Right. And all I'm thinking is like jail basically. Right. Yeah. And I'm like, no, fuck no. I got this. And they're like, do you like, dude.
Somehow they knew something you didn't, right? Or like, like, be like, yeah, you can go to treatment. I'm like, what the fuck's that going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Like,
sit in a bunk bed and fucking like.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
But it's a wild trip, man.
Did you ever plan to fuck up?
Plan to fuck up?
Like you wondered like when, like you were planning on it. You're like, I'm going to fuck up. Like,
I mean, I tried to kill myself if that considers plan to fuck up.
Yeah, there's that too.
I mean, like, you know, I don't think intentionally, man. I think for me, my biggest thing was, I never felt like I deserved things.
Yeah.
So like I would succeed, but then like fuck it up. Yeah. Like, and it succeeded at a high level, like 40 under 40 in my industry. Like, not just like, oh, I like won today, like did real shit. I don't want to mean what other people have done, but like I succeeded in a way that not many people do. And then like I would instantly hit that and like fuck up. Because it was like I just didn't, for whatever reason, subconsciously believe that like I deserved that level. Yeah. Because I knew what a piece of shit I was.
So like for me, I would like forecast self-sabotage. Like, all right, so right around here is when I'm just going to completely demolish everything. Oh, big time. I got so used to
other level.
Yeah,
man. That is a
dude,
whole
I got so
level.
used to self-sabotaging that it was like on the calendar. Like right around June 8th is when I'm going to completely fuck everything up and destroy my. Oh my god, dude, it was like it was planned.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say that before.
Well, you know, it's you get used to it.
Fuck.
I think it's because when you're given a lot of chances, right, and things become so goddamn cyclical that you're like, well, any time now, like it becomes a thing. In fact, I would imagine that the people closest to me probably had the same date on their calendar.
100%. Yeah, and that is fun. Okay, that part I.
And that could be my own narcissism.
No,
but it seemed to me like that was what was being talked about.
100%.
Taking bets.
Yes, dude. My kid's mom would be like, it's been 30 days. It's about that time. You know what I mean? Like literally, like she would say like, it's been about a month now. You sure? Like, are you good right now? Yeah. And like, it would be like clockwork. Right. And, dude, it's funny you say that. Cause like that I resonate with like fully that whole, like, the chance thing. I think people like, so there's addicts, right? We're all addicts, but like, then there's high functioning addicts. Which is a whole nother thing. And it's worse because you get away with it for so long. Right. Because I could like go burn everything down, but not like completely to the point of like jail, but like close, like hovering just like right, like get in trouble, but like have a good lawyer kind of trouble. You know, like we talk about, like kind of do something that like most people would go to jail for and like I didn't. Right. And then like get back. He's gonna
be like, oh, he's a good kid. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Like, look what he does. He's got a family. Yeah, like he's got 4 kids. Like he's a great guy.
We're dumbasses. We're not full blown retards.
Yes. Yes. And I've walked the line though.
Well, yeah. Catch me on the wrong day. You might take a sharp object away from me.
It's so true. Yeah, you know, and then it's like, but you get in that habit, and that's a habit too, right? Like that. Like I feel like I always knew in the back of my head, like at the end of the day, like I'm gonna come back. So like I can blow it up right now. Like, you know,
I guess that's what I meant by forecasting self-sabotage.
Like you're like the fuck it moments where you're like driving down the road and you're like, okay, like I could go home right now or I could call the dealer and I know what calling the dealer is going to do. And I know that like life's good right now. Fuck it. Yeah. You know, off the 60, you know, and like that was me. Like, because I always had that habit until I couldn't come back anymore. Right. Until there was that moment where it was like, yeah, like, when you're in the hotel room looking at yourself in the mirror after being up for 5 days, and you're like, I don't know about this anymore. Like, I don't, and that was for me, the last time was like, that was my moment was like, you know, everybody has a rock bottom, right? I still had things like at this last time, right? Like life wasn't, I mean, it was going to get bad quickly, but like I hadn't lost everything. I hadn't like no legal trouble, like everything. But I was at a fucking motel in Mesa, Arizona in the like shithole fucking part of Mesa, you know, around Christmas, up for 5 days, basically looking in the mirror and going like, what the fuck am I doing? And every other time it'd been like getting like, hey, go to treatment. I'm like, fine. I'll do it, right? And I would rock star it, like same. Like I'd go to treatment and like, dude, I'm the guy, I'm chairing the meetings. Like everyone's like, man, he's got it together. He memorized the fucking books, like, but it was fake, right? But that was the time where it's like, I reached out to somebody, I called her and I was like, Sabrina, I need fucking help.
Right.
And that for me, after all the times, was like the one, right? Like where it's like, it wasn't the rock bottom from losing relationships or people or not talking to my kids or all these horrible fucking things that should have been the moment. Trying to kill myself didn't do it. Like all these things. It was literally this moment of clarity after 5 days of being up where I looked in the mirror and I'm like, where the fuck am I? Who are these people? And why am I doing this to myself?
Jesus.
And then, you know what I mean? And I called and I was like, I need help. And she's like, hey, where are you? Like, let's get you out of here. And like, got me to treatment. You know what I mean? With some help from some other people, but it's interesting, right? Like, and I look back on that and it's like all this stuff that's happening now, and not to get into the weeds on like the whole God thing, because everyone's got the God of their understanding. But I look at it like, why me?
Yeah.
Like, why? Dude, I'm that guy that should have died 100 fucking times.
Right.
Why am I alive? And I have friends that went out once, especially that you meet in recovery today, right? Like they go out with fentanyl and stuff and it's like, dude, gone. So why me? And that's kind of like a bigger purpose thing. And I think you're on that plane right now too. I feel like just from like, and safe to say that, like you're kind of trying to searching and pushing for something more than just like this stuff, right?
I mean, I think what you're talking about is purpose, right? And and I'm not saying that like the people that are taken from us don't have purpose, right? But I think when you start to put your blinders on and chase that, you eliminate room for error, maybe? I don't know. I fucked up a little bit too. Like,
that's a little bit fucked up, but yeah, man. I mean, I think, it just really like, it's this feeling lately, and I feel it from you in like conversations, but also from like what I see from you on social media. Like, I think you even posted something very recently about like what you're chasing. Like, it's not like a thing. Like, it's not like, do you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I mean? Dude, that's something. So I read The Way of the Superior Man. Jay Ferrugia recommended it. And the way I forget the author's name, but it was recently that I read it. And actually I listened to it on Audible when I was on a long drive. And he talks about purpose, and he talks about not fully investing yourself into your relationship, your family and stuff like that, and letting go of your purpose that will actually deter your family and people like that from you. It'll blow up in your face. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Like, no problem. Believe me, I'll abandon everything for my purpose, right? Thinking like I know what my purpose is, right? Yeah. Like, I'll work through it all. Trust me, I got a few showrooms to prove it.
Yeah.
But then at the very end, he fucking throws a curveball at you, because he asks you, what is your purpose? And he really challenges it at the end of the book. So like, he actually waits until the end to really dive into that part, or close to the end. And all of a sudden it had me fucked up, because I'm like, right away you're like, oh, I know what my purpose is. I'm a business owner and I'm a big fucking stud and I know how to make money and blah, 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 blah. But then it was like, well, that's what I do. What is that? Like, who am I?
Two completely different things.
What you're good at is not who you are. And that fucked me up. So I sat like in that shit for a little bit, and I was like, making money's easy. Spending money is easier, but making money is easy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. And then it's like, okay, well then, I'm a coach. Well, that's also what I do. What the fuck is my actual purpose? And we have all these people talking about like purpose over pleasure and all this stuff. And it's like, and you're being fed this thing that's like, you need to become this man and do this thing and start this business and all of that. And it's like, that's being delivered and wrapped as purpose, but that's not purpose.
No, it's not even fucking real. Like it's like you said, like we've attached, and I did this for a long time. And it's where I'm kind of, sounds like the same kind of play with you right now. I attached my identity to what I did. Like, I'm a car guy, I'm an RV guy, I'm a business guy, I'm a money guy, I'm a coach, I'm this, I'm that. And it's like, and I even tied it in on the drive here. I was talking to Joseph about it. I was like, I even tied that into my romantic relationships, because it was like, that's who I am.
Provider.
I show up and I'm like, hey, like, you don't have to worry anymore. Like, I got you. Right? Like, And it's like, but like, what is even that? Like what do, and so it, like talked about like different women and stuff. It's like you to think about it on that level where it's like that's just something I kind of bring, but that's not what I bring to the relationship from like a who I am standpoint.
Right. Yeah. Like this has been something, and it's literally like the whole, like since I finished the book on Sunday.
Oh, this is like fresh.
This is fresh.
That's right, because that post was this week, right?
Okay, yeah. And this is fresh. And it's been keeping me up at night.
I bet.
And I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, because it's kind of fucked up.
I trained at 3 a.m. this morning, and I'm running on no sleep right now because I'm stuck. And there's a few other things going on in my life that have me stuck, but this has got me fucking stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's like, what do I continue to do? Do I continue to like search for this purpose? Do I continue, like, I have an idea of where I need to be and what I need to be doing. But it's like, you know, and it's funny because like the blinders were so on. And then this year, as I've like really, like I've always been very consistent in the gym and very consistent in my health and fitness, but like this has been a whole different world for me. And I've always been very focused on business, making money and things like that. But a lot of times I would use that to like escape from regular day-to-day life and call it working. So then all of a sudden I was like, okay, well, if that was my purpose, then why did I use it to do other things like that weren't actually benefiting other parts of my life? So now it's like I sit back and I'm like, I'm fucking clean slate. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, but I'm starting to gain some clarity. So yeah, I've been praying on it, manifesting on it. I've been reading more on it. And meanwhile, I'm trying to stay keep as little distraction as possible. But I can tell you this, that awakening that I had on Sunday, it was freeing. Because at least I could accept the fact that what I thought I was doing was just part of the deal. It's not the whole enchilada, right?
It's just
part of the deal.
It's just one slice. It's one slice of the pizza.
So now it gives me something to hope for. And something to look forward to, whatever it may be.
Because there's more.
Because there's so much more.
Dude, yeah. And once you see that, you can't unsee that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's where, like, and again, like, the brains, like, we have, and I think it's maybe true for a lot of people, but, like, once you have that moment of, like, there's just so much more. And I don't know what that is. I just know it's, like, it's almost like leveling up in a video game. We're like, and you're like, whoa, like, where's this whole new world we're in, like Mario? Like, you're like you come through the pipe and you're like, holy shit, like, there's so much more. And I don't even know what that is because I'm just like peeking around. I just know that now that I saw that, I can't go back down the tunnel. You know what I mean? Like, and it makes and it's all in a weird way, it kind of makes some of the stuff that I was proud of not really that big of a deal anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you're like that's like, oh, that's like cool, but like what purpose did that serve other than me?
Somebody recently that I really respect, and I consider him a smart guy. And we didn't talk about this topic, but he mentioned something to me about my availability.
Yeah.
And I think because what I said was like what my standards are. And he said that has nothing to do with your standards. It has to do with your availability. And it was in terms of like relationships. It was in terms of like friendships. It was in terms of like what I allow into my life and what I'm accepting.
Okay. And
he said, there comes a point where you realize that you've done so much work on yourself and that you are, and this is a problem that I've had with, and I don't want to jump into this quite yet, and maybe we might get to it if we have time, but like where we call ourselves addicts the rest of our life, or that we're in recovery. And he said, you may always be an addict, but you may not always be in recovery. And he said the amount of time that you've put into yourself, you're an addict. There's no doubt about it. But he said, as you start to like grow out of this version of that version of yourself and into a new one, you start to realize what your availability is, who you let into your life. It's not standards. It's what's available. It's what's or what you're available to. And it kind of set me sideways as well. And this all happened in like the last like couple of days where it's like all these things are happening. And and now I've taken, and I told you a little bit about this, I've taken like, we're on 7 months into the year. So I've taken 8 months and I have not fucked up.
Which is fucking crazy to me, by the way.
I have not fucked
fucking
up.
Crazy to
I
me.
have picked like everything like detailed down to like pulling rice and blueberries out of my fucking meal to hit exactly the numbers. I have not fucked up a schedule. I've not been late to something. I have not like, you know what I mean? And I fucked up like other things in my life, but not fucked up, but made decisions to end, terminate, walk away from, so on and so forth. So I guess that's not fucked up. It was just decisions. But those were decisions I would never have been able to make had I not done enough work on myself to be able to say, there's more.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you know, it's funny because last time I saw you, and this is all kind of coming circle now, full circle. I'm like, okay, this makes sense now. You telling me this, and even like when I get here and you're talking about these fucking blueberries that you're cutting in half, and I'm like, you know, and I'm obsessive. That to me is fucking nuts, by the way. Like that level of, because that's an obsessiveness too, right? Like discipline, but obsessive discipline, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking about the last time we interacted, and I was in California, and I was like, we're having fun. And again, it's not like I was like, I want to hang out with you all night. Like and nothing good happens for me after a certain hour either, right? But we were like instantly like, I gotta go. I gotta be up at 3 a.m. I gotta work out. And it was like, not like you're gonna chill for 5 minutes or like, but it was almost like an anxiety I almost felt from you. like you know, like I was like, holy shit, like he's kind of stressed out about like leaving, because like you realize what time it was. And now that makes sense to me, you saying that story about how you become like just so regimented and everything. But yeah, I remember thinking like, dude, like, what are you gonna turn into a fucking pumpkin right now? Like, what the fuck's it like? Like, it's okay if you take another minute. Like, but you were like,
but I won't. So the problem is that if I don't have a heart out, then I'll fucking dick around and laugh with you all night long and lose track of time. So I've learned to be able to go hard out, like, and literally like, I think people that know me at this point were like, especially when I go somewhere and I'm like, yep, I'm done, and I just leave.
Yeah, you're leaving.
And I've been that way for a while now. That's actually a normal thing for me. It's like where it's like, if it's like, okay, this is when I need to go. Like there is no like wavering. There is no slow goodbyes and things like that. It's either I straight up tell somebody I'm out, or I Irish exit. Which that wouldn't have been. We were at an Irish bar.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. But yeah, no one should take it personal. I've just become that way. I do it in conversations all the time, but I engage in conversations very well. But then when it is like, it's like a hard, like it's like, this is done. Then it's like, okay, I gotta walk away, and I gotta go to whatever next I have to do.
Dude, so I do the Irish goodbye all the time because I haven't found out, and you weren't awkward about it, and I didn't take it personal. Like I don't take that, like there's not many things I take personal when you've done what I've done, right? Like how can I take that personal when like that's some of the shit I've done to other people? But I haven't mastered that. Like, so I'll stick around. I'll be like, I'll be getting like stressed out, like kind of angry at the person. Like, are you gonna shut up? Like, I need to fucking go right now. Like, how do you not know that it's 8 o'clock and they're like, I had to be out of here at 7? Because I don't have that. Like, it's either I Irish goodbye or it's this super awkward, like, I gotta go. Yep. like instant. I haven't mastered that because you were gracious about it. You weren't like a dick or anything. No. But I'm like, that's like awkward for me. I don't want to hurt people's feelings still, I guess is what it is, right? That's like codependency they do, right? Like,
so a trick would be always wear a watch.
And I never do.
Right. Always wear a watch so you can look down and be like, oh shit. And then you can, I gotta go.
You are gonna just have Joseph be like, hey.
That even like Freddie too. Even Freddie
be like, hey man, at 8 o'clock I need you to be like, hey, we need to get the fuck out of here.
We gotta go. If you have a videographer or a manager or a producer or a wingman that's with you all the time, they need to know one thing, right? They need to know when to step in and go, hey, I'm Freddie, what's your name? Yeah. So that way they can get the person's name so you don't have to be the asshole that forgot
I love that
it.
One too.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You gotta have that.
Yeah. Hey, meet Joseph.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Freddie. What's your name? And then you're like, yes, Jim. And that's a great thing. And then a wingman to be able to tell you like, yo, dude, we got the next thing to go to, and then you're not the douchebag.
See, what you said there, like I totally deflected it again, right? Like I totally like I'm like, even in that, I'm like, that's a great idea. I don't have to deal with it then. Yeah. Instead of like being like the guy who's just like, hey man, I'm sorry, like I gotta go. Love you.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't want to let people down still.
Right.
That's that codependency flaring out. Like,
so especially though, if you know it is codependency, but especially though, if like if you make it well known that like you have a very strict schedule, right? Then it's like, okay, well, what is people gonna be like? Oh no, don't leave. So because you have to wake up and work out in the morning, right? Because then they just look like a fat ass, and you're like, all right, or whatever.
Dude, I'm struggling. It's funny you say that because like I'm struggling with that right now because through this, like I said, I already had a life, and then like through this event, like my Instagram popular, like everything's like blowing up. And like, I almost want to have a different phone number right now because like he'll say like I'll hand him the phone, but like, dude, like take this thing and like answer it for me because there's too much. But I haven't set that boundary, right? I'm like, hey, like I can take a call from here to here, and that's it. Yep. I'm that guy that's still like, yeah, man, cool, we'll talk, and then I talk for an hour, and I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? Now my schedule's fucked up. So I think just in talking through that, I'm like, man, it's almost like I need to let people know, like. Not through this channel, but like in general, like, hey, like, I don't even know how I say it. Like, it's not that I don't want to say like I'm busy, I'm too busy, but like kind of like there's not enough hours in my day currently to get what I want to get done. And so I don't have time to like chit chat.
So I have a philosophy and policy.
Okay.
They're one and the same. And then I have a hack. Okay. Philosophy and policy is always, I do it now.
Okay.
So I never put things off, right? Like I do it now. And then my hack, the new Apple AirPod Pros. I keep them in at all times. And the reason is because
I know exactly what you're gonna say. Oh, hey, yeah, no, sorry. Like,
no.
Oh, shit, I'm a total douchebag.
Yeah. Oh, that's when I'm walking my dogs. And like, what breed is that? And I'm like, okay, like, oh, well, what? No. No. I have them set up so it feeds me everything. So while I'm doing stuff, like if I'm making lunch or if I'm doing whatever, I can instantly answer back right away. So
got it.
Or like if I want to send a voice note or whatever, like most things can be done through voice notes.
Copy.
So like literally like everything, every text I get and everything, like you've noticed how fast I respond.
Yeah, no, dude, I was wondering about that.
Yep. Everything, because it goes right to my ears and it's like, do you want to respond? Yep. Talk, go. And I've been able to move on to the next task. Like it is a lot. It is a lot. You know, I field 500 DMs a day and I have a whole team of small village in Honduras running my DMs, right? Sorry guys, it is me.
Sorry, it's not me at first.
Yeah, it's not me at first, but then it becomes me, you know. And then I have the text messages that come through, you know. And I don't keep a burner phone, you know, despite what people may say. No, I'm just kidding. And so I don't like it. It literally is just do it right now and keep the AirPods in when you're doing stuff throughout the day. So then when Siri tells you something, you can just respond right away.
I got to do that, man. Because it's like I'll look at my phone and I'll be like 185 fucking text messages. And I'm like, I just don't even want to respond to one now. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's like that anxiety.
Yeah. You look at my phone, you know, I just looked at it right now and we've been sitting down for whatever and there was a ton of messages. Yeah. When I get in, I'm going to get in my car and I'll be able to flip right through them and it'll be done.
Yeah, I just don't use technology to the max though. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm that guy who's like, doesn't use like anything. Like I'm like, okay, cool. It's a phone. Like,
right.
I got to get into that habit, man.
Well, yeah. And I don't wear an Apple Watch because I wear a big boy watch. And so like, you know, I don't have it like right here, like doot, like fucking, you know, breaker one night, you know.
Yeah.
But the AirPods are legit. And I listen to music all day too.
Okay.
So now I always have music playing in my ears. So that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then it breaks, you know, and I rarely put my phone on do not disturb unless like I'm like in like heavy sets and stuff like that. So I'll put do not disturb on for like maybe 3 minutes just so I can get through so the music stays going. Okay. Or when I'm running, I'll put it on do not disturb because I just took up running.
Dude, which is awesome. How good is that high?
I don't know. It fucking hurts.
Really?
No. I really enjoy running. I like running because it's so hard for me.
Okay.
That like I have found like strength training is easy for me. Mm-hmm. I've done it every day for 11 years. Like that's not hard for me anymore. Working is not hard for me. You know, all the things that I do are not hard anymore, but running is extremely hard. and like keeping my breath under control and fighting through like certain, like knee, like joint pains and things like that. Even though I know it's not pain, it's just discomfort, because it doesn't last after I'm running.
Most of it's up there.
So literally when I'm running, I can like stay straight in my music and I don't think about anything because all I can think about is just not stopping running.
So running for me has always been like my meditation.
Really?
Yeah, because like, I ran long distance because of like hockey and stuff, but then I got really good at it. And I got good at like being like almost like markers, like, okay, like I'm going to take like 1,000, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's like, okay, well now I've only got like 10 minutes left on this run. Like you kind of disassociate almost. But like for me, running has always been a spot and people are like, oh, it's not like meditating. You're not sitting there like bullshit. Exactly. Bullshit. So I'm like, for me, that's why I said the high, because for me, I come out of a run usually like so grounded. So, but also at the same time, like ready to like kill the day, like be like, fuck man, like I just had a great, like I have this energy, this like, it kind of like declutters my mind. Sure. Right. And so it is my, like people are like, oh yeah, like I said, oh yeah, you're not meditating right now. Fuck you. That works for me. So like,
it works really well for me too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a run right after this.
See? Yeah.
But I'm going to love every second of it. I get my playlist lined up. I like, I have songs that I run a little bit faster to, songs that
it's probably all metal. It's all metal, isn't it?
So want to know what's funny is that, I flip the script, okay? And I've told a few people this because like no one really knows what's going on in my headphones, and but like when I'm training, it's either like sacrifice your fucking house cat to the fucking metal gods, like the heaviest shit you've ever heard, or it's straight up gay boy house music.
Okay, no, I can get behind that though.
Can you?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Like it is like straight up. 100%. Like you're not taking my man's whatever. Like gay boy house music. Yeah. I love it.
Yes. It's a thing.
There's nothing in between for me. I'm either killing people or kissing dudes.
I'm both, and then I will filter in like some hip hop. Like there's some hip hop. Like
I love hip hop. I cannot train to hip hop.
See, I can't. But like the house music thing, like the gay is totally like.
Yeah, and the gayer the better.
Yes.
The gayer the better.
It's so fucking true. So it's like an energy. Like I'm telling you,
I'll go like Lorna Shore, which is like, by the way, the heaviest band right now.
Yep.
So I'll go Lorna Shore or Cascade.
I fucking love it because I was gonna say I bet there's some like EDM and there has to be because I knew it. I fucking knew it, man.
Oh yeah, super gay.
And it's not. I love it. It's not the heavier EDM or it's like the teeny bop. Like you're like it's like the radio EDM where like the girls singing like the whole 9 yards. Yep. I love it.
I'm in Boys Town in Chicago. Like you know what I mean? Like leading the parade, assless chaps, jocks, strap. I am running and I am enjoying every.
You're loving it.
And I love
it. Yes.
So, whatever. Sorry.
Fucking hell, man.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude.
I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah, man. This has been great.
Hell yeah. Guys, if you like what you saw, this was a lot. Today was a lot. My energy is at an all-time fucking high. I'm going to go run and listen to gay techno and EDM and stuff like that.
Going to be in the car for a second.
Yeah. Watch out, homie.
Pucker up.
He's got short shorts on, too. You have your stand on your thigh. Guys, if you like what you saw, make sure you click subscribe. This was a lot of fun. Yeah. We're going to put all Ryan's information on there. Wait till you guys see the Ultimate Goalie Showdown right here. In Salt Lake City coming up. Not here. There's not a goalie in sight. Thank you for tuning in on the Justin Wenzel podcast. We'll catch you next time. We're fucking out.